We now navigate to the North Riding of Yorkshire, a UK region revered for its natural beauty with rolling hills, deep valleys and dry stone walls. Spring has sprung at Hillgill Farm in Baldersdale, where former forester Charlie Parker's passion for preservation now sees him rear rare breeds, from Old English goats to blue-grey cows, and above all, a doted-on herd of Dales ponies, hardy horses on whose backs British industry was born.
I'm just living the dream in a way, like, really. I mean, I always wanted to farm when I was at school, but it didn't happen when I left school, and I'm just enjoying it now. I got married in '87 to Gina, and she'd always been in the horsey world. And about 2 years later, I went on this snigging course, which is timber extraction using ponies and horses. I decided, after I'd been on this course, that I was going to extract timber with Dales ponies or Dales cobs, and it was after that that I bought myself a 10-acre field, and then I got my first ponies. And now I'm solely breeding them and breeding the rarer colour, which is the roan, bay roan and blue roan. They're noted as being the working man's pony. They're a heavy active pony with some bit of good presence, amazing stamina, and all what I have I breed for substance, hair and good bone, flat bone. And I like them to be a bit more workmanlike, doing everything that a Dales pony should do. You know, ride, drive and work in chains. And they want good feet on them, a good broad foot that can carry them over wet ground, which they're famous for going over. I think it's important that we are breeding what we're breeding, where we're breeding as well. You know, 1,200 foot in harsh conditions, a lot of exposure, little shelter, and it keeps them right, and it'll keep it right for future breeders, really, after my day. They're not like normal equines. They are very economical to keep. You don't need anything but grass and hay. It just keeps them in sort of working condition, having a foal a year and suckling it. So we tend to try and keep them going in foal every year and until nature says no more. This is Grace Darling, Roandale Grace Darling. She's 17-year-old. She's the alpha mare amongst the herd when they're all the herds together. So she's the boss, has been for 15 years. Grey by colour, obviously, now gone white. Very free-moving mare. She's just had this filly foal. It's by Sourmeyer Bracken II. It's going to be brown or bay, I think. But it's the first foal out of this young stallion I bought for new blood. She's nodding off to sleep now, look. As you can see, she does trust me, and she's a good mum. Good lass. Good lass, Jenny. Come on then, that's it. Come on then. Just about touch my hand then with its nose. Good lass. Good lass. So we were born on 10th of April this fall, so it's just 5 days old today. And this is the first time I've tried to get near it. That's a good girl. You try keeping approaching them and they just turn around and go like, but if you stay with mother, and that's your best time to get your hands on them when they're sucking, like. Either over at mare or out front at mare like I did then. Because the mind's on sucking and feeding themselves, and it's just getting them used to your hand being on them, like. A bit humbled, yeah. Sometimes if I'm there when they fold, I see them get up on their feet, and I just check the cleansing gets away with the mare, and they'll just do anything for me. After, you know, I've reared them, they're just no bother whatsoever.
Having become a rarity following their extensive use by the British during both the First and Second World Wars, Dales ponies are now listed as critical by the Rare Breeds Survival Trust, but Charlie continues to promote their purpose as working horses in the modern era, and particularly their prowess for forest management.
I'm breeding them to keep that working temperament and that working ability, #1 priority really, and keeping the hardiness just for the sake of the breed carrying on really. All my mares are just brood mares at present. There's 1 or 2 of them brought to ride in mares, but usually if I have a gelding that I've kept and I break it in to ride, driving or working chains. This is Rowley, part-bred Dales, 20-year-old. He has pulled wood out, he's done plenty of chain harrowing. He's done nothing all winter, so he's just coming back into work. So we're just going to long rein him with gear on. We always bring him back into work gently. Right, walk, good lad. Very sure-footed for when you're in the woods. They're so much more nimble than these big heavy horses. And for first thinnings, which I used to do a lot of, they were absolutely ideal. Like they could, work in a wood without taking a row of trees out, like you have to do when you take a tractor in. And they're so impressively good. Once they know the way out of the wood, they'll come out on their own. He went into wood and he just took to it right away. Like I don't think there's out better myself, and they work more at my speed than heavy horses do. As for that are out there pulling timber at different stages, 1 or 2 they've been pulling wood for quite a few years now, like, and it's grand to see them doing something like. But the Dales pony breed is, among the equine world, I think very underrated. We breed a part-bred or 2 as well, and they do well for the folk that get them. One's doing very well in dressage, which is very rewarding when you've bred it and it's got to that home and they've made a good team between them. Like, I just enjoy doing what I'm doing, and why I do it, well, it's because I think it's right. I wish I'd had my farm 20 or 30 years earlier, but life isn't like that, is it? I set off with note, and I've worked hard and I've finished up with this now, and I'm very satisfied and happy, and I feel fulfilled. Like, yeah, but I'd like to keep going as long as I can. A lot of our mares are getting old now anyway, so we've just 3 that are 13. They're the youngest, so we'll just finish with days off with them 3 breeding, hopefully. Like, it'll be happy days, yeah.